unite the nation after 5 years. But many Koreans wanted independence immediately, and in the South, Americans wanted to deal with numerous fights and protests. So they ran the Provisional Constitution Republic and held elections in 1948. And despite boycotts and terrorism, Syngman Rhee, a pro-American politician, was elected. But he, as part of the Jeju uprising, killed thousands and imprisoned many more, yet many communist guerrillas remained. Meanwhile, in the north, the Soviets installed Kim Il-sung as leader before withdrawing in 1948. Kim had spent the war in China and was relatively unknown, but quickly began to create a cult of personality. He also sent aid to the Chinese communists who were fighting the nationalists in the Chinese Civil War. And in return, when Mao took over China, he promised to support Kim in any war. Then, in 1949, after the Soviet Union tested their first atomic bomb, Kim and Mao received limited backing from Stalin. Stalin sent advisors and weapons to North Korea while Kim readied his armies. Then, on the 25th of June 1950, after numerous skirmishes along the border, North Korea invaded the South. The South Koreans lacked the weaponry and numbers, so they could not stop their advance, despite blowing up bridges with refugees on. So within just a couple of days, Rhee had fled and Seoul was captured. But the USSR was boycotting UN meetings at the time because Communist China didn't have a permanent seat on the Security Council, so the UN passed Resolution 83. This granted South Korea military assistance, and the Americans, who feared not intervening would encourage communist nations to use military force elsewhere, sent thousands of troops. But they were under-equipped initially due to post-war spending cuts and driven back to Busan. Meanwhile, the Americans angered the Chinese by sending ships to defend